we're talking about self-training, and this is basically about activating your brain first, speed it up, and then solving puzzles. My recommendation. Also, maybe playing games to make your brain works faster and yeah. So first warm up. The same you do exercises, guys. First you warm up and then you do heavy exercises. You do not exercises. You do not mm, jump into rice hungries of kilo before you warm up your body. It doesn't work well, right? So first of all, you activate your brain and do something simple, like an example. Let me show you this one. To speed up your brain, yes, join a public race. I
Nine,
use
8,
chess
7, 6,
or
5,
self-training, but
4,
you can use chess on
3,
there are similar
2,
tools with that.
1, 0.
Okay, and there is hanging piece. There is also iPad hanging rook. Oh, there is has to be checkmate somewhere, yeah. B5, okay, 3, yeah. I'm a little bit slow, yeah. It's has to be checkmate in this way. Uh, so basically, this one is not about calculation, not about something good. It's simply you do monkey job. You just take a big quick moves. What am I missing? I'm stuck. Of course, can use this. BH in the 7 in between. Okay, 1 when d2. And yeah, b5 hanging piece. Workable square is hanging. And yeah, there's checkmate. And hanging piece again. Very simple. Hanging is winning. Bishop moves. Points 1, rook a1, background. It's tactical weakness. Rook f4 or bf4, rook d2, e8, yeah, counter attack, yeah. Can she attack a e8 or not? The question is, let's guess. Okay, because I mean, I didn't have time to take right decision. This one hangs, right? That's good. So,
10, 9,
let's
8,
try more.
7, 6, 5, 4,
This is
3,
not real training, but
2,
it's
1,
good to make the brain
0.
slightly faster. Also, c1 is check, by the way. In between or in between? Yeah. Oh, God. And also improve a little bit your mouse skill. If your mouse skill is also very poor as mine, you can learn how to move your pieces faster. I mean, queen is hanging, right? Two, one, no, one, knight of two, no. What am I missing? Again, I'm stuck in some very simple. It's linear thing. Yeah, that's because to evaluate we need a little more time. Or not, maybe I'm just too slow. I mean, queen hanging, rook hanging, rook is hanging. What am I missing again? For some reason I was thinking b7 is under attack, but it is not. I mean, queen h2 and when what? And bd4, right? And it's just when. Okay. Yeah. What's the point? A2, a1, yeah. It's very, very bad. Okay, I won't do it forever because I don't want to spend too much your time, but basically you can train like this several times to simply activate your brain, and then you may move to the puzzles. Trick amazing tool to because puzzles will become more and more difficult after a while, but still you can train your speed, patterns recognition, and you can activate your brain to think a little bit faster. Because when you move to the puzzles, you need to see all of that in your calculation in the split of second. I have a position. Does it make sense? C5, D4, F4. Yes. Guys, this is just for those of you who are beginners. Yes, you take a position, king move to one side to another. So after E3, E5, he moved this side, this side, this side, this side, and advanced pawn is very helpful here because how do you calculate pawn raise, guys? And imagine king on E3 and king on E5. He moves king F2. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Move king away. Let's say any direction. Yes, you keep in mind all because you don't want he promotes with the check. So these squares you eliminate. Other squares are fine. So if 1, 2, 3, remove the king 4 plus 3 to promotion. 1, 2, 3, 3 squares is 7. And he is here 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4, 8. So after you promote, his pawn is still on G7, and you can simply win the game. You do not calculate one by one, you calculate 7, 8. Yes, and you moved first also. It's important because if it's 8, 8 and you move first, imagine we count 8, 8. Yes, B1, G8, but he took this pawn. 8, 8, check, skewer, trade, and move next pawn, also winning. And if you are calculating it one by one, and most of the people do that, I guess, it will take for you to calculate maybe a few minutes. Yeah, but if you just count moves, it's and if you basically, you just count squares. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, and 3 squares to promotion. 1 to remove the king is 4, and the more you do it, like I don't need to calculate an example from this. I don't need to calculate how many moves because I know it's 4. It's just plus 4. And an example from the 7th rank on 6th rank is just plus 5. 1, 2, remove king 3, plus 5. It's 8. And the same for the opponent side, but notice to speed up your calculation again. When you take this pawn, yes, you don't need to remove king. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't need to remove king plus 4, 8. But if you take the pawn on the way, you need to remove king. It's an additional tempo. So this one more favorable for white pawn structure comparing to this pawn structure, because when you take this, you no need to remove your king. But also notice the king is on the edge. On the H file, yeah, and G pawn, like whenever king is on the edge of the board, you need to see additional ideas with skewers, checkmates, and stalemates. This will help you a lot because if you understand like this, you know what to look for. If you know what to look for, you can find it. If you just guessing, it's not gonna work, guys. You will be too slow. Okay, keep going. Oops. Okay, take a position, and here we go. What am I missing? G3 hangs. He takes, and it has to be winning. I guess it just will take G3, and the computer is smoking something to create this stupid puzzle. Okay, here we go. So this is just game over, and it's very stupid puzzle again. Okay, king e3, king d2, and count the moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the king, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the king plus 4. 5, 6 plus 4, 10. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5. This is 9. So it's better to take this pawn and move this pawn. It's faster. And in his side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 4, 10. but we have 9, and the queen automatically stopped this pawn. So guys, you see, it took for me because I explained it to you. It took for me 30 seconds maximum. If I don't explain it for you, I can just yeah, I can just see it. There is nothing even to calculate, but it's useful for you if you calculate, you check it, you train yourself. If you never counted them, if you never counted moves, you trying to do it, guys. No one is not doing. Oh, yeah, someone is doing some shit. But okay. I hope this won't see this video. Okay, let's go. Yeah, and again, I explained it to you thousands of times, but this is a tactical weakness. We see all the ways. But rank is tactical weakness. C7, one attack, one defense. Great example of tactical weakness, because if an example, something is hanging, yes, you can get an example. Let's say horse on b3. Nothing is defending, you automatically understand, okay, it's hanging piece, it's tactical weakness. But when one attack, one defense, you kind of do not notice it as a tactical weakness if you don't train. But it's basically the same, it's just a hanging piece, because one attack, one defense is hanging piece. Boom, boom. Yeah, it is winning. And one attack, one defense is tactical weakness. Two attack, two defense, it is tactical weakness. 5 attack, 5 defense, it's tactical weakness. Bring +1. Chess is a very simple game. Just always get +1. If you cannot get +1, your attack is not successful. If you can get +1, you can win the game. And this is basically everywhere in chess. Everywhere, whatever you attack, the king, squares around the king, the rank, or it can be some with pawn. An example, yeah, if you want to attack e5, can you get +1 or not? And so on. And sometimes even when the square is overprotected, yes, it's still tactical weakness. Like an example, nothing is attacking h7, yes, and it's kind of not tactical weakness, yes, because it's overprotected, but there are some weird ways when it can be attacked. Also, an example, even rook, let's say on a6 square, yes, c7 rook would be a little bit of tactical weakness because it's defended by the queen, and queen is bad defender, because queen is always overloaded, always busy with multitasking, always does a lot of things. And if you attack something else, or deflect the queen, or many ways. So the queen is always overloaded. It's very easy to it's very easy to create some tactics when queen defending objects. If you're mindful on that, again, you know what to look for. If you know what to look for, you spot things very easily. If you again, guys, if you done what happened with my brain, traditional way, you're looking for tactics, you're training tactics, you're solving a lot of puzzles, blah blah blah. It's very great way you will become a very strong player. But guys, if you notice tactical weaknesses, you don't need to look for tactics. You just know what to attack and know the ways. Like, okay, is it not unclear, guys? This is target, all the ways to the targets. Boom. You just see it. You don't need to look for something. Okay. I hope you get it a little bit more. The reason I'm explaining to you over and over again, guys, because basically no one is not doing, as I explaining you over and over again and again. And when it comes to practice, yes, nearly all of you will mess it up. Nearly all of you will do some random shit, but don't do real things. Yeah, and basically that's why I highly recommend you to hire a coach. Hello, my name is Stefan, and make sure you are doing it right. one of my jobs, I need to make sure you can do it the same as me or better than me. So basically, you hire a coach who does something well, yes, and you copy this person. You consciously copy this person. Yes, it's your choice, yes, to copy this person, because otherwise, why you hire a coach? And do the same things till you can do the same. The weak point of the school education, like if you know me a little bit more, you know I not a big fan of traditional education at school, because teacher will come to class and he's kind of did not choose this teacher, you know, and they do not copy. They are not trying. They're not trying to consciously copy the teacher, and this is conscious and unconscious patterns, because they may like or don't like teacher. If they like, they copy. If they don't like, they don't copy. They may think they don't need this subject, so they may think they don't. Yeah, they may think they don't. They may create their own ideas, you know, and follow their own ideas, their own understanding without copying first. This is a huge mistake, guys. Nearly any kid does it. Instead of coming and copy someone, no, not only kids, adults also, they just start to reinvert the wheel. They try to create their own training process. Guys, instead of trying to reinvert the wheel, just copy modern wheel first. And then when you already have amazing modern wheel, which basically you will never figure it out by your own, yes, to create like this, you can start to think how to improve it. So copy first, and it has to be your conscious choice. I come and I copy everything first from this person and improve after that. Otherwise, you will mess things up very badly, and basically, it's the way to mess up your life for sure. Okay, continue. I'm talking a lot. Trying to explain basic things. So, oh god. Oops. Hanging. Okay. So I had to spend a little more time. I masturbate. Yeah. Okay. So this is just warm up, and then to activate your brain even more, you can go, let's say, and play. I mean, I recommend it to do. If you don't like it, you don't do, because there are pros and cons in playing bullet games. But if you play a bullet game, your brain is working faster. Okay, and if there is someone that's playing in it, it can be an unrated game because you just activating your brain. Your brain doesn't work well, but I don't care much because my rating is too low. So, and one of the benefits being having a very low rating is, I basically never can fall lower than 25 congress, even if I play with 20% of my brain. I still will play. I still will play 25 congress, even if I do it very, very badly. So let's play main lines and see what's gonna happen. I can take knight 65. But basically he knows what he does. Why he allows it? Let's go f222. I mean, it's bad. Now she's not going to play d5, and then it is not more accelerated dragon. Basically, he just allows me to get great position. His idea is d5 now. I can play b6, which is probably tactically bad. I can play h4, which is normal. And now g4, g, h5. I can play knight d2 to overprotect my c3 weak square, and then slowly play a good game, which I quite like in Karpov style. And again, guys, like if you're a slow player like me, notice you You need to remind yourself speed up all the time. Yeah, like now I'm down a minute just after opening. I have better position. Yeah, but BG5 is also was good move, and his position is very sad. But they can just simply lose some time before can play. Basically, 94 is only first one. I think D5. G7 on G5. Well, this one is great. So F6 is kind of pinned piece, and I can play Queen G5 DE. Yes, I'm not sure. Knight F4, B6, Knight G6, Knight F4, 25. I'm overthinking, yeah. But I can definitely give up this pawn. Like, just, there is some B6, Knight F4 tricks. G6 is 67 hanging, there are 4 couple squares, Knight C5, B7 is 6 under attack. So I think, but the weak point of B6, I have no threat, so I probably should bring horse first. He has Queen E5, but I have Knight C5. And E6 hangs, B7 hangs, so many tactical weaknesses already. F6 hangs indirectly, Knight E6 is the threat, and B7 is the threat. It's everything is just collapsing. But he can flag me, yeah, for sure. Just, I mean, he made some stupid bad move, and it's definitely something hangs. The Rook D8 is winning, yeah, clearly. Was it in between? No, it's take the horse, take the pawn, bring the horse. So knight B6 is not winning. Knight C7 is not winning. Knight B6, Knight C5, Knight 8, Knight C8. Let's be Knight E6. I mean, Rook F3 is safe. I have to start removing a little bit. Rook E6 is almost removed. Yeah. Rook F3. Oops, I almost blundered the clock. I mean, why didn't I take G6? Hello. It was such a great move. E5 probably should give up. Not E6. Not E6. A little bit awkward. At the least I can flag him too, yeah. He has no great moves. H4, G5, yeah. Let's simplify. Yeah. How am I winning this? A4, I guess. H1. G3, I guess. Oops. Oh God! I mean, is it winning now? Is it still winning? Is it winning? I didn't want the h3 at some point. Okay. Still not clear. I mean, because of my board time management, but this is just to activate the brain. Now we go to real training. So we choose real puzzles. Okay, guys, and now if you're not advanced chess player, you can start to watch this video because this is total hell. Now we take a real challenge. Okay. Anyway, if you're just a beginner, the things I will share from the beginning are very, very powerful for you. So first of all, notice. First of all, evaluate actual position because you need to evaluate king safety, where king wants to be, and black's king is relatively safe. Maybe a7 is better square. You kind of have to know it. There is no counterplay against it. C1 is very unsafe, but it wants to run probably to the king side. Yeah, it's more safe ideally h2, but let's see. Maybe some artificial king safety, like put some rook on a good square and king, but it doesn't look good. So pieces activity, this rook is great, queen is great, and otherwise this rook is a little bit sad, so you need to think how to activate this rook. Especially if you can find the way to bring your rook in, you can get +1 to attack and simply win the game. This rook is not great, this rook is great, queen is defended by the pawn, which is quite important, and yeah. And notice squares around the king. So e5 is hanging pawn, a4 is positional tactical weakness, c2 positional tactical weakness, one attack, one defense. And just think like basically you play positionally or you play tactically. Your goal is to bring something to attack c2. A4 is not that clear. Like c2, one of the targets. These squares around the king are weak too. You may notice them, and yeah, there is the way to bring rook in after queen a3, so you can activate rook with the tempo. Another way, attack c2, something like that. You just noted these ways that exist. You can create legendary triple stack as Alexander Alekhine did. Yeah. The candidate's idea. So candidate's idea is attacking c2, which is not the best. Attacking f2. F2 is hanging, basically, yes, and it's if king jumps to d2, queen f2 is good check. Don't allow king to escape this side. e5 also hanging, which allows to attack some important squares. Yeah, so targets are c2. After king moves to d2, you need to notice another squares to attack it too. You need to notice another ways to attack the king. And when you see the targets, this, but basically you need to win something more. So also notice the ways to the queen. Like if I take queen f2, I can attack this way. Some ways I can miss if I yeah, this way to attack, some inobvious way to attack the queen this way, this way, but queen probably is kind of solid. And the ways to attack the king, attack c2, e5. c2, we kind of notice one unexpected way to attack from this side. Also possible. This side to attack c2, yes. All the possible and impossible ways, and seeing rook on c7 is a good pattern for you guys if you didn't watch my videos. And I would say see multiple pieces on one square. c7, you can put the queen, rook, and the king itself on nothing, by the way. So to keep this square flexible. But do not attach to this. This idea simply exists, and rarely you will use it. But basically, yes, king on a7 is a little bit more safe, but more tactical possibilities to trade queens, which is you don't want to do. So what are candidate moves? Like classically, guys, I highly recommend you start from the classical education. Yes, it's useful. For me, my recommendation is you notice first tactical weaknesses, your targets, and create candidates ideas towards to these targets. So, but classically, you check all the checks, not to miss anything. Yeah, you check all the capturing, not to miss anything, and check all the strong threats like before. Queen c3, maybe something like queen e3 to all the moves forward, and yeah, and also from again from the threats and no pawn breaks, pawn thrusts. Yeah, like this. An example: b5 is only pawn break in the position. So guys, I understand it's for your training. When you play chess, you play it more naturally. In the real game, you don't need to check b5. When you don't need to check queen e3, it's nonsense, and you don't need to check queen e3. But you just train yourself to see it naturally, to say your brain it's possible. There are ways to check the king to create strong threats. It's just for training, and after a while, but basically. No one used this technique in real calculation because you have targets, you have positional understanding. This rook, you have to bring to the game. Yes, you see the ways to. I mean, getting +1 in the game is one of the. I mean, one of the. Not only one, but one of the most powerful ways to play chess. You just simply activate your pieces, bring +1. If you get this rook in attack and rook on h1 cannot join to the party, you win the game. Very simple. It's just positional understanding. This is why you basically look for the candidate's ideas to activate your rook like this one. But when you're just a beginner, it's good to play with the traditional education, as I as I always criticize it. Okay, then first lines you need to start to calculate is basically checks and forcing lines. D1 is maybe tactical weakness, guys, because yes, rooks are connected, queen is defending, but there may be a way to squeeze the king from diagonal, yes, like attacking is in some way, and maybe there is the way to disconnect rooks using opponent king, and then it's already like it seems like 1, 2, 3 defenses and their attacks. Looks like what you're talking about. How is it tactical weakness? But somewhere with the check, it's 1-1. Remove the king. It's already just 2, yes, because rook is disconnected. And then you simply, queen is bad defender. Yes, you simply find the trick, yes, to push the king away or somehow. I mean, it is useful if you see tactical weakness even on the overprotected square, because your brain will never see d1 as a target unless you train it, because it's really overprotected well now. But in many cases, yeah, you can find a way to break through. Okay. So basically, you start from some ideas like this, but in this case, it's kind of helping chess, yes, because as the first thing I said in this position, the king wants to run to the queen side. And now we kind of push him to the queen side. Hello, let's go. Come on. And that's not what we want. We want to actually shrink the box and say, you cannot go to the king side, and I will simply play chess now. Like an example, queen c3 cuts his king from the d2 square. And you can think about the drawback. You don't have clear threat. Maybe this one, yeah. Yeah, but you must evaluate first for first lines, and maybe you are winning like this. But basically, I don't like this move. Yeah, rook c3 is strong attacking move, forcing to play defensive move to protect this pawn, and then situation will change. Like rook d2, okay, he doesn't have king d2, back rank is weak, h1 is hanging piece now. Yes, and by the way, I didn't notice h1 is hanging piece. Yes. Yeah, we discover more details about this position. And what I always share to people, yeah, Let me eat some days. You need to train yourself to get as much as possible nuances from one position. It's better to get 100 nuances, subtle details from one position than surface on 100 positions. Like you play your down puzzle streak or puzzle race and you're happy you play quite strong chess. Guys, nowadays, being even exceptional chess player is not good enough. You have to be a total beast and I don't know, exceptional like X100. You need to be like Magnus. That's a good standard. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, there is some ways to checkmate on f2. Oops. I mean, some constructions like this, if you defend it in a bad way, this one is also the way to attack. Mm. And also asking, is there any good way to defend your position after this move? Or also a strong candidate idea, this candidate idea, this candidate idea, this bringing rook to attack, maybe candidate idea, maybe not. Mm. I would try to find a way to disharmonize his pieces because winning a pawn is not enough. C2 is only one, objectively C2 is only one weakness. Because if I take a4, if I take a5, if I take even f2, it's not that clear. Like it's just a pawn and I'm a few pawns down, so my target is clear. I want to make sure he has one more tactical weakness with rook c2, re or rook f7. Because if he plays rook d2, at very least h1 is hanging. Yes, there is some additional pin on this diagonal. King cannot go to d2. Back rank is weaker. Yes, great. If I just an example, if he plays queen e4, okay, e4 is hanging piece now. It's interesting. There is maybe more ways to attack e4. Maybe there is ways to hit the queen. Maybe there is some ways to hit it from this side after let's say queen f2. Maybe there is the way to squeeze a queen from diagonal or attack it from that side. Maybe. So queen on g4 is very solid, but queen e4 is not what I want to see because basically he overprotects the pawn, protects all the weaknesses. Queen is nicely centralized. It's still very strong queen. I want to see rook d2. If I can provoke rook d2, it's much better. I just share you guys. I mean, when I calculate by myself, it's not that slow. I'm trying to first explain you how things are going. So this and this, any more candidates, most ideas, but basically to create one more tactical weakness, our goal is because there is in current position is there are some squares and set pawn, but it's not good enough. So this one clearly attacking this from this side and some ideas with check can be just devastating. Is there any clear defensive idea from him? Can he attack something? Can he aggressively like queen d4? Like if he is on defensive side, queen straight is threat. So queen d4 is clear threat from his side after rook f7, let's say. He can start to attack me. This is already a signal to eliminate rook f7. Because if I don't see very easy way to proceed, and the risk probably, yes, takes no. It's not gonna work. But there is one more tactical weakness after queen d4, there is drawback. And it can become out of threat if I remove my queen somewhere. This is also a trick. The background is potentially weak. this is possible. Also, rook e3 can be that idea on the first move because queen d4. If queen d4 is main defensive resource, we win in this way. Like one of the ways you try and to, use prophylactic thinking, and if you think queen d4 is the best defensive idea, the best defensive resource and counterplay, you find the way to prevent it. And now queen d4 doesn't work, but queen c3 is maybe the threat. Yeah, maybe. And also rook a1, king d2. There is possibility to bring two pieces to attack the rook, which is, I noticed, for you tactical weakness. And maybe this is great idea. Maybe. Like queen d4 is clearly strong defensive resource. And this one is winning. And also we're attacking tactical weakness, which is I kind of say there is no tactical weaknesses, but I said there is actually tactical weakness on d1. And let's see what's gonna happen. 1 plus 1, yes, he has 3. Plus 2, it's already will become, and he has no place for the king. Because if he plays queen e1, he loses the game. Already, queen is not the best defender. He cannot play king e2, he disconnect the rook and queen c2. I bring plus 1 and most likely win the game. I have to double check, but it's winning. I just instantly bring plus 2 and plus 3 and disconnect rooks and win the game. Great idea. So whenever you see a good idea, just notice this idea exists and try to be detached from this idea. Otherwise, you may get tempted and you won't see refutation. You can play very weakly rook e3 and miss some defensive idea. Whenever you see good idea, try to eliminate it. Try to refute it. Try to put yourself on a point place. Okay, rook e3. Now I'm solved puzzle from the white side. What is my main defensive idea? But by the way, I got maybe a week ago I solved puzzle, and I just spot win in a few. I just immediately solved the win, and then I started to ask me what is the main defensive idea, and I found the main defensive idea, and I absolutely forgot about my winning idea. And the point was, my winning idea was eliminating was just killing main defensive idea, and I simply forgot about it, and I messed up the puzzle, which I basically solved in a few minutes, a few seconds. It was my first idea, but then I started to look for the refutation, not for main defensive idea, prophylaxis thinking, and I found main defensive idea, but I forgot my initial idea. Just prevented this idea with main defensive resource, and that's why I kind of want to emphasize. That's why now I won't get tricked like this, because we were thinking queen d4 is the main defensive resource, right? And now it can be the same story. I can start to think what is the main defensive resource, and I may completely forget queen d4 was the main defensive resource. Okay, but try to find another way. Guys, if you play white, what is your idea? Like run with the king? Looks horrible. I can take here, and my all pieces are just kill it. What is my threat? Like rook a1, queen f2, or queen c3. Yeah, and it looks devastating. Yeah, rook a1, queen f2 is strong. Queen c3 is strong. Yeah, I have threats. And what do I do with white? Yeah, queen d4 is defending one, but it doesn't work as we noticed. Run with the king, queen f2. Maybe bring rook to defend, prepare this run, but it looks bad. I even can play queen c3 and rook a1 is almost unavoidable. Okay, guys, take risks. Rook h3. He plays rook d4, and I missed it. His idea is to play rook c4 here. And notice the pattern is what's his idea. I even didn't ask what's your idea. I just I saw the move, and in a split of second, I understand he wants to give out this rook and play rook c4. But when you just starting, you need to question yourself after each move. What are your ideas, or what's your idea? Because what are your ideas? The meaning of looking for the multiple ideas is if you see only one idea and there is another one, you still mess things up. Okay. So another question when you start the prophylaxis thinking, you asking, see opponent's idea. First you ask, can I do it anyway? So can I allow opponent do what he wants and still win the game in some way? There is some checks, some possibilities, but I don't really see any clear continuation. Like I can play rook d7, he can play king e2, and it looks solid. I don't think rook e1 is the idea. Next question, can I attack? I don't like rook e1, king d2. My rook is under attack. He has double attack. I don't like queen c3, rook c4. It's not attacking. So, and I start to think about like his idea is rook c4. Yes, my main defensive resource. If then else he wants, maybe bring rook or run away with the king. I mean, but basically, sometimes, most of the time, if you just improve your king safety, it's good enough to win the game. Because you prevent this and put king on the safe square, but after queen d4, you still have this. Maybe. But there are two ways to improve king safety. Also, rook can join to the party. And from that, I think king b8 is stronger than king b6, because after rook c7, queen e6 is a check. I don't want there be any checks, but there is this way to check, but I don't think it's dangerous. King b8, king e7. And notice, guys, from the very beginning, the first, what I said in the buzzer was, put your king on a7 square. If you understand chess, you don't need to think much. But, of course, it can be wrong. What else? There is check. There is some abilities to move the queen in this way to cut the king. There is this way to attack. There is this way to prevent rook c4. And now she still can improve his queen. I don't quite like it positionally speaking. And king b8 and king b6 for me, most natural moves. I have clear threat, rook a1, right? What to do? Rook d8, rook c4, his candidate moves. And rook d1, let's say. I basically want to play queen c3 too. Then maybe rook d8, queen d4, he's tricky, he plays rook d1. Okay, so if I play this, and after play this, can I just play shuttle? King c7. The idea is this, but there is yo-yo. And basically, if you don't train yourself to see yo-yo, Nakamura always called it yo-yo, that's why I just copied it. You will spend a lot of time to. I mean, you may it will take for you forever to spot it, because the idea is I play this, he play this, I play this, and after this I inexplicably just come back. For the brain, it is total nonsense, yes, to play king b8 and then play back king c7, because brain wants something logical. I play this to play this, and this is my initial idea, but then I play this and come back, because now no more rook c4, rook is attacked by the king. I use my king. Remember, king is very strong defending and attacking piece with the squares around. I just boom, boom. And what's happened? Then I play this, he play this, I play this, he play this, I play this, and it's out of check, right? Yeah, he has no checks. His rook is hanging, rook a1 and the threat is just winning. So let's say this. I don't worry about this. But he has no another check, and he's just winning. This. Okay. Rook d1, we somehow eliminated. If he plays this, rook c4, I mean, I have this, and slowly, I mean, and then just win the rook at very least. If he plays just this, which is looks not nice, but maybe that's the move. Yeah. There is some possibilities to grasp the pawn, but I don't think it's enough. Oh wait, he has no squares. Okay, I will bring the rook. Yeah. Just a few seconds, because guys, if I do not talk, I calculate much faster. And remember, guys, do not pronounce moves in your head. Just see the moves. In this way, you calculate way faster. If you limit your brain with the speed of pronunciation of the moves, you calculate 5-10 times slower, and basically you will never calculate like a super grandmaster, because you will be too slow. So this and these are my main candidates' ideas: to play this or play this. King d2 is the move, yeah. I can play rook c7 still. I can play queen c2, queen c2. Is it rook d7? Is it not winning? I mean, king b8, king d2, rook d7. That is because d4 is tactical weakness. Drink one more piece to attack with tactical weakness. After takes, if he come back, rook a1 is made. But if he plays queen e2, there is probably queen f4 and still rook a1. Maybe, not sure, because king e1. Not sure. Let me check. And remember, guys, when you see candidates idea, beautiful idea, like I just catch this glitchy pattern again. Like what you see the idea, like in b8, king d2, rook d7, beautiful idea, wonderful idea, and you kind of try to make it works. And this is good, but this is also bad. It has clear drawback. You are overthinking, and this is very good in this case. Re-question yourself: how can I win in the most simple way in this position? Because if you don't see clear 100% easy win here, maybe you are missing something on the very surface which is winning on the spot, and you kind of need to recheck it. I also think it may be positional win, like king b8, king d2, rook c7. From the positional point of view, this is tactical weakness. This is tactical weakness. This is tactical weakness. Queen is always tactical weakness. His king is unsafe, and his pieces are hanging. Yes, he can still play this. Did I blunder queen trade right now? I self-blockade with rook c7, yeah? I cannot play king c7 back anymore. And I blundered 24. Yeah, otherwise it's just positional win. Because there are already too many weaknesses, and the king is unsafe, and we have all pieces active. But it doesn't work. This his pieces are kind of overloaded candidate idea, because f3, e3 square is weak. f4, he cannot play this square is weak, and there is no convenient way to defend f2, king e2. There is queen c2. Yeah, he cannot defend it with the queen. He can he play? I don't think he can play rook f4, because it's super strong tactical weakness, like maybe queen d5 and queen e5 attacking f4, maybe something, but it looks very, very horrible for him to play rook f4. Yeah, the checkmate side, I guess. Yeah, I guess this I don't see the way. Like rook f1 is self-blockade, like his king never can join to play king f1, and it has to be disaster. Yeah, king b8 is the strong move, because this doesn't work. Yeah, because I've heard this and this. Yeah, I mean there are multiple ways to win. This is also winning now. Everything winning. Okay, and if she plays king d2, I guess rook f7 is simply too bad. Two active rooks, queen, king, safety. D4 hangs, h1 hangs, c2 hangs. Positionally speaking, it's winning. No way to defend a fight. We created threat. Yeah. But it's 50-50. If I play king b8 right now, it's 50-50. I may lose or win. Maybe I miss some defensive trick, but let's see. Yeah, if you a little bit scared to play this move, but this I trade and play this. This defensive idea doesn't work. No. I play this and this. Wait. What am I smoking? Rook d8. King e7, my idea, right? Because king c7 back rook d4 at very least. This, and if he plays queen d4, I trade and rook e1. But if he plays rook d1, this move works. I play queen c3, rook d8, king c7. That's what the trick. Yeah. If you just play rook d8, I just play king e7. I wish king safety. And then rook d1. What is my winning idea? Rooks are hanging. Am I winning there? Wait. Boom, 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 boom. Just double check because that's the way we mess things up. But rooks can join from here, and this looks very promising. Awesome. These ideas with this connection looks very promising, but where's the win? Where the kill? I don't see. I don't see it. The 6 is bigger tactical weakness, you mean? There is an alternative, and the idea is then when the first still doesn't work. But after d1, this 6 is bigger tactical weakness, maybe. Because after picking up this pawn, this may hang. But I'm not sure. Let me check. Not sure. It's overprotected actually by the pawn. Am I missing something simple? Okay, why not rook f7? Looks alright. Can you see the edge? Why don't I just play rook a1, 25 in bishop and take the rook? Why am I overthinking so much? What is the counterplay? Wait, rook e1, king d2, queen a5. That's why it's important to ask, am I missing something simple? Damn simple. He has candidate moves the king, c3, and rook b4 is with the idea queen c4 maybe, but what is the point? There's no check after that. c3, attack. You can give one check and move away, king b8. Aye. Just spend too much time for the overthinking when the win is very simple. 25, remove the king from attack. This is sad. I still may miss something. c3 attack. I'm up a rook. This is some pins now, rook b5. With the idea queen c4. Maybe not super simple, but it's a rook. 26, queen c4, king b8. Yeah, it's a rook. It's just a rook. That's a little bit sad. You can point this also, but there is additional tactical weakness. Can take. Anything else I can miss here? Like rook is under attack, rook is hanks, rook is hanks. Maybe some way to attack from this side. But also I can just trade it. And I don't think there is perpetual. There is out of check right away. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's wrong, but it looks very. I just almost played king b8, guys, but I missed rook d8. Oops. Rook d8. King c7, rook d4. Go back. And there is probably something stronger. We will check with the computer. This one, I missed this one, and there is no. I probably missed much more than that, but I couldn't find the win. And the sad thing, I missed just check and take the rook on the surface. This is why important, guys. Solve puzzle race, your puzzle race. You can spot it easier when you calculate. Take it, right? There's no in between, nothing. Okay, 2 is also moved, but king d3. 26. Rook c4 country check. I don't want it. So check. Okay, guys. That was good. This, and it's 25. I just saw it. This is not the idea. I almost played like. What did I miscalculate was rook d4 is a nice idea. Rook d4 is the second move. c4 I missed, but it looks horrible. Yeah. And initially I was thinking king b8, second engine mode. Yeah. But rook g1. The idea was to play something like. What was that point? The idea was like this. I was thinking king c7 is winning. Yeah, but he has rook d4, and yeah, going back king c7 is winning. Rook d4 I missed initially, that's why, but we can go back to the same variation. But rook d4 is only move. Yeah. That was the idea. Idea is beautiful, but it didn't work. That's why, guys, I mean, remember when you solve really hard puzzles, most of your beautiful ideas won't work, and watch Magnus Carlsen streams and you will see this guy see many beautiful ideas, but almost never apply them. Yeah, and this I obviously don't have queen c3 because check and yeah, check and rook d8 king c7. That was the idea. That was the idea. Yeah, again back. That was the idea. And there is rook b4, which I missed defensive resource. This I missed actually. Yeah, always, guys, when I analyze a position after I play it, I'm again looking for the same thing. What am I missing? Remember, things you are missing, your opponents can miss too. So this is the key question. Whatever whenever you solve puzzles, whenever you play your game, before you execute your move, what am I missing? Am I missing something simple? Because if you ask this question, you will blunder less, significantly less. The more you ask this question, the more you will see hidden ideas, right? And yeah, an example of this one is very obvious way to just bring pieces to defense, right? Yeah, to get +1 in defense. Okay, great. And then just simple in between and take a look. Okay. Did I have another candidate moves on the surface like before rook a3? Oh, thinking about rook c3 and rook f7. Rook f7 I didn't do queen e4. Queen d4 is the main defensive idea. Okay, got it. As we decided. But for some reason I didn't do queen e4 too, and it's just winning. Boom. Yeah, unpenetrated, right? What do I mean? Very simple means. Uh, Another idea was rook c3, but again 24 my defensive idea. Wow, queen b1, 24. 24, by the way, which is I also kind of don't like. Black is slightly better still. Yeah, and there is the point, like quite a nice point. There is already some shot, I guess. But well, okay. So the main defensive idea is this. Defensive resource. Okay, guys, and one more position to give you some tricks and tips. Boom. Okay, now, so what is the main point in this position? It's quite nice to start with this question. You may notice material force down. Classically, when you evaluate position first, you evaluate king safety, pieces activities. After that, only after that you calculate material and other factors. That's how you train yourself to think. Yes. Later, when an example you solve puzzles, when you can do that effortlessly, when you do that naturally. An example, I'm solving puzzles. You can play with that. You can decide start from material or start from king safety or start from pieces activity, whatever you wish. Yeah, or you just feel it. But start from. I mean, I am against, not really against, but even I am kind of. mm, yeah, you may say against. Yes, I'm not against, but you may feel it's against traditional education, etc. All the traditional ways to learn anything. Uh, I emphasize copy them first. So first, copy, carefully check your king safety, pieces activities, this beasts, and only after that count material and other factors. But now, for me, an example, easiest way to start is to notice, okay, white 2 horses down for 3 pawns, and at very least, I need to win a piece to get a good position, but also black's pieces are just monsters and not what I want to like. I need to find the clear win. If you understand what you need to get, it's easier to easier to understand, like find a solution, because you may win an example a horse, but it doesn't make much sense because you down second horse, or his pieces are too good. Okay, so second horse for 3 months. Let's see the targets. Like this is obviously huge tactical weakness, just huge. All these pieces on these diagonals are just unbelievable tactical weaknesses, and all the pieces on one rank, or all the pieces on this file, tactical weakness, this file. All that f7 is weak to attack, to defense, and queen is overloaded. Yes, like and this is huge tactical weakness already. And pinned piece. Whenever you see pinned piece, look for the ways to bring +1. Like rook h3, rook f3, f4, f here, rook f1, rook f6, open f5, open e file, all that stuff. F7 is weak, or some kind of hard. What am I trying to say? It's good to open a file for this reason, because there are many tactical weaknesses there. Also, after f4, you have this trick, because you open one more diagonal for your bishop, and this diagonal is also very, very tempting and nasty. Yes, you want to attack f6, but it's always nice to attack another object, have this possibility. It doesn't mean you will play bf to bc5, but you have this possibility, it's great. Draw back up. That's it. This diagonal is weaker. I never can play f3 now because this bishop is too strong. And yeah, it's not main candidate move, by the way. So you need to start from the checks. You need to start from forcing lines. Rook f5, rook c6, rook f5. You need to see d4 f4 pawn breaks also. Like it's good to see some ways to play rook c5, rook d5 maybe. Attacking e5 simultaneously, doubling rooks if you want. And yeah, rook h3, rook f3, d4, rook c3, rook f3, rook h3, some rook leaves. Yeah, push the p, which is just as candidate idea. It's nice to notice. I mean, it's horrible, but it's possible. And yeah, attacking other objects like e5 is also potentially weak, but let's see. Like the most forcing you need to eliminate rook c6. This hangs, and it doesn't look good. Rook c5 and 4 d4, the most logical moves. Bringing +1 to attack this, and this will. E5 is pinned, f6 is pinned. There are main tactical weaknesses. It's very logical to open up this. d4, you can open d5 too, because king basically wants to go to d7, and you also can get a lot of benefits by opening this file. But let's say this is the clear win, like rook c7, e5, f6, f6, rook f5, and knight e6. Not sure about that. Not very promising. F4 is kind of main candidate move. This is also possible. Just remove the king. There is no clear counterplay right now, and also frees his course. Knight d4, rook f5 now may be unpleasant. Yeah, but this one is also tactical weakness in some lines. bb6, rook c1, this diagonal. I also prevent this, which is counterplay if I play from the prophylaxis side of you. Also, if you play c4, yeah, I blockade this, and I also, it's kind of self-blockade all these pawns. The joker falls. What's his idea? Like, this one looks very tempting. Is this? He can't move the rook. My threat is quite obvious. Takes. What is my threat? Am I winning after that? Am I even winning after that? Not that clear, by the way. Maybe this is something like that. No. This counter attack. Oh wait, do I have threat? I think 95. Rook f1 maybe. Looks very dangerous for me. Like knight f2, queen h2. Maybe. Yeah, if I take with the rook, this hangs. A lot of tactical potential. Not what I want. F4. Wait. I don't have threat. Yeah, for a while we eliminate this. I don't see clear threat. Rook c5. If there any strong clear threat, rook d5 looks promising. And I freeze his horse. It's important. His horse cannot move on because of these kind of ideas. And I don't open my king. I don't allow any counterplay. And I can play rook d5 attacking the queen. I also can play rook e5, knight e5. It's not much. Yeah. Do you have threat? Like rook d5 only? 26. Not the most powerful threat in the position. What about this move? What is my threat? There is some possibilities with this. But is it enough to win the game? Takes. What do they have finally? He has 2 rooks and horse. But there are 2 bishops and queen. Hard to judge, but his king is unsafe. Maybe this one may be connecting bishop with the rook. Just maybe, also maybe threat. Takes, and bishop go from this side. Attacking this bd6 to prevent, but this horse still can be pinned from this side. b5 in this case. Or this way, also nasty. But I cannot say for 100% it's winning. I don't think very clear win like this, challenging the horse. But it may be winning in just a few moves because queen and 2 bishops. Like how to horse has to move somewhere. And yeah, but he has a lot of material, a lot. But I also have 3 pawns. Not what I want to do when I saw puzzle. It's very unclear, but and it's also threat he has time to do something like d4. Takes this, maybe. There are multiple ways to give checks, which I don't want to allow, but maybe this is a threat. Or takes. This is the threat. It's very cool. Wait, and then this is not the threat? No, that's a 6. And then this is not the threat? Yeah, queen g2 is not made, but I have rook, 2 bishops, and 3 pawns. Maybe even this is or this is idea takes, and now after queen g2, just queen g2, bg2, just take bf6, king move, king g2. I have bishop pair, which is always great. It's easy can beat exchange, and each pawn is super strong, and I have also 3 pawns with bishop. I mean, it's absolutely winning. Okay. F4, I don't want to play F4 because of king safety. I simply messed up with king safety. Did this, I cannot play immediately, right? Because I don't have this on this. So this one has this idea. He can take with the horse, and how am I doing this? Takes. This rook is 6. Queen takes the 6. Bishop takes the 6. King takes the 6. Double attacks. F8 hangs. Even in between, F8 still hangs. It's winning. This one is actually winning. Takes. 96 takes, and this is hanging piece. F8 is tactical weakness, guys. We discovered something really cool. Look, defend it, indirectly defend it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And F8 is tactical weakness because we can disconnect the rooks. Queen is bad defender. And yeah, we can find a way to distract the king, deflect the king from the defense. Okay, d4 looks very nice. This one not really working. I have clear threat. Rook takes c6, d takes c5. And why is it not winning? A very good question. If she moved the king, also d5 draw back now. She has no king safety. If you take with the queen, I even consider it because of this. He cannot take with the pawn. He can't push e4. And maybe that's the main point. But I take this. King 7. Can I just take f6 and allow this counter play? This might be interesting because, yeah, this may be interesting. In this case, we need to play f4. If d4, e4, we know the first move is f4 and d4. If it's working, takes, let's say, no, only working d7, and there's b6 also check. Another pin, and this, and it's just g2 and not okay. Then I would prefer to play d4, and guys, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, and simply, what am I missing? Quickly check. This, I'm gonna play this, this, this. I think it's winning. And the e4, I'm gonna play this and this. Really? Yeah, b6, queen e6, yeah. Queen. And I don't see another move for him. Like, what to do? b6. I mean, it has to lose, like c6 even, or d takes c5, or c6 d5. My threat is rook c6 d5, and after trade, I evaluate its winning position. That's h pawn with two bishop pair, with 3 pawns. And this one, the pawn is strong. This pawn is strong. Bishop pair is devastating. Okay, queen d4, f6 hangs. Yeah, looks like winning. Okay, he took with the horse. But in this case, we take the horse, he takes, we take the rook, he takes, we take the pawn, he has to play 96, otherwise he will get queen. We takes the horse, takes, and yeah, he can take with this, or I come back with my bishop in any way, and win the game. bf6, h7. Yeah, but that's a great example of tactical weaknesses, especially f8. Especially f8. And guys, again, if you do not notice tactical weaknesses, it will be very, very hard solving. Oh, he just take with that. Like this, which is not. Wait, 96, b6, rook c1, b20, king c2. Did I miss something? Not so many tactical weaknesses, but I definitely missed some. Okay, too many tactical weaknesses. Yeah, too many tactical weaknesses. I mean, this one is a nice. Nice. This one is also nice because you need to notice future tactical weaknesses. Rook wasn't on c1 square, but in the future he plays rook c1 and draw back its hanging piece also. Yeah, a very nice one. So first you speed up your brain. After that you solve some puzzles because your brain will work faster. Otherwise you will calculate too slow. And after that you can also play some game. An example, because your brain is working well, you can just have more fun, enjoy more, and set your goals. An example, I want to improve my time management. I want to be faster than my opponent on the court. I want to enjoy chess. I want to be happy. Whenever you set your goals, your brain will find the ways, multiple ways to achieve it. Just for a few seconds more, we wait for their opponent. If there is no opponents, if people don't want to play with me, we stop. We stop it. Yeah. And another useful point, an example, I am focusing on my time management, and this is my weakest point because I'm much better rapid player and classical player because I understand chess way deeply than my bullets, let's say, and blitz rating. But yeah, I'm working on my weaknesses, but it's also great to work on your powers and to do what you are doing better. To focus on something you are doing great, not only on your weaknesses. An example, what am I doing right is, I mean, yeah, in this case, I have to rely on my positional understanding, calculation and game technique, practical play, and all of that I do, I mean, with a longer time control. That's definitely, I will definitely perform much better with in rapid or in classical chess. But yeah, I also need to. Is there anything to play? Okay, very long time game. It's not unrated game, and just to make it complete. Okay, take the pawn. He offers the pawn, and I can play d4. It's probably main move. bg4 I can play actually. This one I can play c4. I remember there's some ideas to play a4, a5, c5. It's quite weird. I played it a couple of times. And I give up before square, but I will play c5 to blockade the bishop from before square. It's quite weird. It's quite. Never play like these guys, by the way. Develop your pieces, control the center. Don't allow your opponent to develop pieces and control the center. Do not break basic principles. c5, otherwise there is c5 before tricks, so I don't want this to happen. I can put pressure. I don't want you to play something like that. They all off. So I want to put pressure on this horse first. Already some tricks. And now his bishop blocked, and he has basically this way, but then knight f3, knight e5, and he has this way. And I need to address, mainly I need to address this structure. I can sacrifice the pawn, but let's develop pieces. I mean, I'm overthinking. Or I can get just normal isolated pawn position, and he has rook b5 square, and I have rook b4 square, and I think it's just great for me, great deal. Another way, sacrifice the pawn, but I don't want to do this. Castle, knight c3, knight. There is additional benefits rook lift here if his bishop by some way stays somewhere on the awkward square. Also, I can move my bishop in this way. Knight e5 is great, rook e1, rook e2, okay. But let's bring the horse somewhere. Knight e4 or knight e5? Knight e4 is good, square for the horse. Knight e5 is just a good square for the horse too. Yeah, I'm already down on time, guys. And so his goal is to play knight d7 or knight c6. Knight c6, d5 a little bit hangs. Queen f3, queen h3 is typical idea. Also preventing knight c6 and knight d7 maybe a little bit unpleasant. Let's see what's going to happen. Put more pressure on d5 square. Additionally, I want to do this. I better put here rook, but whatever. Also, my horse can jump. Bishop, I'm not sure. Probably here to overprotect c3. Or maybe this way, because after takes is I can open this file and pressure of 7. Yeah, I kind of like b2 overprotecting d4. Maybe I wanted knight c6. And it's just bad for me. a6 is tactical with this now. I can play this. Also, I can play this, which I kind of don't like. I can play this, but then this. Knight before his idea, and my bishop doesn't have access to d3 square. d5 is kind of uncomfortable for him. I still need to put my bishop somewhere, and this one is a little bit unpleasant for him. Yes, c6 is the square, and d7 is the square. His horse a little bit misplaced. But yeah, I have to speed up. Yeah, maybe this, but maybe this also. Maybe some idea of this and this. And bring the rook whenever I can if he blockade his pieces. Okay, now I can play bd3, b1. Knight b4, and b7, knight d3. Maybe not. No, b7, b7. What was one? Just 6 he plays. I can play knight d4. I can play queen h3. I can play queen g3. Oh, she won it. It just came over. F7 always, remember guys, F7 is always weak square. Always, from the beginning to the end of the game. In this case, you will spot many ideas to win on the spot. Knight g4, knight g6, takes. Don't think it's good. Knight g4. Knight g4, taking b6, knight g4 is great. Knight h3, rook b1. She has dark square bishop. I need to be aware of dark squares. Otherwise, it can get tricky. Knight h3, I can trade pieces. Oh, knight h3, I can trade. Okay, knight h3, knight d5, trade pieces, win the game. Okay, okay. Now I got it. Now I got it. Knight h3, his idea is. So I probably have to remove my queen. Attacking e6, attacking e6. And then simply knight h3 was my idea. And they can take with the pawn. We take with the pawn. This one is nasty, but we can handle it. My horse is defending everything. Oh, I just blundered the piece. Wow. Okay, that's guys. What will happen with you to you if you have with you if you have a very poor time management? You will blunder something. That's a good picture of the game. Keep going, no matter what. H take queen d6. Before that. Then b2 rook b1. I would play and queen g6. Rook b6. Awesome. If he allows. Queen g6 or rook b6. I'm not sure what is better. Attack the king. It is better. Queen d4. Rook b2, rook b1. Or rook c2. No, rook b1. Attack rook c2, rook b6 are threats. Queen g6 is threat. His pieces are pinned. Maybe I'm not that bad already. If he doesn't have b4 and win the game, I'm not that bad. Okay, I have still knight f1 to defend my king. Yeah, but she defended g6 with his bishop. h4 is good move. I mean, not good, but I have a move. Knight f5? No. 26. Queen d8, queen g8? No. Knight f1? No. I mean, I'm losing. Yeah. But okay. Keep going. Keep fighting. Did I just blunder it? Yeah. I just blundered it. And there is no hope anymore, right? Just play around the move. And there's checkmate. There is no hope anymore. Yeah, checkmate. Okay, guys, a very good game. Shows you how can you mess things up if you just do not manage your board. Yeah, that's how I usually lose the games. And yeah, that's was my. I mean, till I got in the time troubles, I was in control. And why did I blunder the piece? This I didn't see it's hanging because h5 and removing moving my horse in awkward position, and now he had this. Yeah, h5. I have to play queen g6, and I have great position, but I simply didn't see my bishop is hanging. Of course, I would spot it if I have just a few seconds. I invest a split of second more. Okay, thank you. Hope you could get some useful tips, and an example, before you play the game, you set your goals. An example, I set my goal was to improve my time management, and I did not remind myself enough time during the game because I also was talking to play faster, and and I have to do that till I do it well. And guys, it's not that easy. I do it for many years, and I still have poor time management because I basically love chess and love to play. I love to go deeper in the position, but that's drawback of going deeper in the position. And the way you solve this problem, if you are overthinking, you train yourself to play faster. You play something where you train yourself just move, see the move and execute it. No advanced concepts like decision making scripts or candidate ideas. Just see the move, make it, and you will play well in very quick format of chess. It's huge difference between blitz and bullet and classical chess. The way you think in the way you thrive in the quick format of chess, you see the move, you execute it. Just to make sure it's not blunted. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you by some miracle could watch it till the very end, you can contact me, send me your Lichess or Chess.com account, and I will record for you a video with my suggestion, review your games. Okay. Bye bye, Saksabay from Cambodia.